France vs Poland final score: Les Bleus outlast Poland 83-76 at EuroBasket 2025. The French men's national basketball team continued their march through EuroBasket 2025 with a hard-fought 83-76 victory over Poland in Katowice. While the scoreline suggests a competitive battle, the game was largely under France's control, with only a brief stretch in the second and early third quarter where the Poles managed to slip ahead by a handful of points. Ultimately, the star power, depth, and composure of Les Bleus carried them through as they secured another key win in the group stage. Yabusele shine's brightest. France was once again propelled by the dominant performance of Guerschon Yabusele. The power forward delivered a spectacular showing with 36 points and 6 rebounds, overwhelming Poland's defense with a mix of physical drives, mid-range jumpers, and strong finishing around the rim. Yabusele's relentless scoring provided stability for a French team that at times struggled with turnovers and cold stretches from the perimeter. Every time Poland threatened to close the gap, Yabusele responded with either a timely bucket or defensive rebound. His energy and leadership were visible throughout the contest, and this outing firmly underlined why he has become one of the cornerstones of the French roster heading into the latter stages of the tournament. Young talent on display by Koulibaly, the Washington Wizards' young guard, made an appearance for France, logging just under 9 minutes. Though his stat line showed only 3 points, his defensive effort and activity were notable. Koulibaly's minutes reflected head coach Vincent Collette's approach of slowly integrating younger players into meaningful tournament settings, giving them opportunities to learn on the international stage without placing too much pressure on their shoulders. The absence of Outlasts, however, remains a concern. The highly touted prospect will miss the rest of EuroBasket due to injury, a blow not only for France's rotation but also for fans eager to see the 19-year-old continue his development against Europe's best. While Les Bleus still boast one of the deepest rosters in the field, the loss of slightly reduces their interior presence and flexibility moving forward. Poland's grit keeps the game close. Poland, to their credit, refused to be overwhelmed. Led by Jordan Lloyd's 18 points, they consistently found ways to claw back into the game, particularly late in the first half when they briefly seized the lead. Poland's guards attacked in transition and their ball movement in half-court sets kept France's defense working. Still, the Poles lacked the consistent firepower to keep pace with Yabusele's explosion. Missed opportunities at the free throw line and turnovers in key stretches prevented them from turning momentum into something more lasting. For Poland, this matchup reinforced both their competitive resilience and the gap they must close to reach the top tier of European competition. Tactical notes: France's game plan was built on forcing tempo and leveraging their athleticism in transition. When the pace picked up, Les Bleus looked at their best, with players like Nando De Colo and Evan Fournier orchestrating fast breaks and Yabusele finishing plays. However, when Poland slowed the game into half-court possessions, France occasionally fell into stagnant offensive spells. Defensively, France relied on their length and switching ability to pressure Poland's perimeter shooters. While effective overall, there were moments of overcommitment that allowed Poland to attack driving lanes. As the tournament progresses, tightening up defensive communication will be critical, especially against teams with more diverse offensive threats. Looking ahead with this victory, France strengthens its standing in group play and sends a clear message about their intent to contend for gold. Their next challenge comes quickly, a Thursday, September the 4th matchup against Iceland, tipping off at 8 a.m. ET. On paper, France enters that contest as heavy favorites, but with EuroBasket's unpredictable nature, every game demands sharp focus. For Poland, this loss doesn't end their campaign but places added pressure on their remaining group stage fixtures. To advance, they'll need to regroup, limit mistakes, and find more reliable scoring options beyond Lloyd. Final thoughts: an 83-76 scoreline reflects a game that was closer than many might have anticipated, yet France's superiority in talent and execution ultimately won the day. Yabusele's 36-point masterpiece will stand out as one of the best individual performances of the tournament thus far, while Poland's grit earned respect even in defeat. As EuroBasket 2025 continues, this result reinforces a familiar truth: Les Bleus remain one of Europe's true basketball powerhouses, blending star talent with emerging prospects, and they'll continue to be a team no one wants to face in the knockout rounds.